All right, welcome to another edition of TNT Thunder and Lightning. I'm your host Dan, and of course, next to me is Nikki G. What's up? I know it's another tough night. I think I like to consider last night the true definition of blue balls, literally and figuratively. We were just waiting for the other shoe to drop, and unfortunately, it did drop, and it was against the Giants in a negative way once again. Unfortunately, they had the chance to score twice on the 1 yard line. And let's just say we did not do it either time. So we'll talk more about that because we all know that was clear. The one in the first half was clearly the turning point of the game. So what's up, Nick? How's it going tonight?
I've been better.
Yeah, no.
By the way, why is it T? But why is it TNT?
Thunder
like, shouldn't it be TNL?
Oh yeah, duh. I'm stupid. It's TNL. Wow. It's been this kind of season for me, Nikki. That was a really bad start.
I noticed it on your IG note, and I
well,
was
why
like,
didn't
"What
you say something?" Oh boy! All right.
Because I thought I was stupid. Turns out I'm not.
Yeah, for once you're not stupid. It's me.
For once I'm not the dumb blonde of the bunch.
Yeah. All right. It happens. Anyway, I've
been better though. I've really been better. I feel as bummed as everybody else does. Really upsetting. And we'll get into it, but I'm just like wallowing in misery here. Like I don't know. Like why is it so bad? Why do we have to come on here every week and say why is it so bad? And we'll get into this. I will give the defense credit. They did play a lot better. I just imagine if this offense could move the ball and do something. Can you imagine?
And honestly, they looked a little bit better moving the ball a little bit. Tyrod, as for someone not scoring a touchdown in a game, looked pretty decently well for all things considered. More injuries on the offensive line. Azudu got was like the first series while I was driving home from your house. I think it was like the first series. And then Justin Pugh, literally, he made the joke on Sunday Night Football that he literally came off the couch for it. So
he looked like he came straight off the couch.
Yeah. And honestly, he did a good effort for all things considering, him being on the practice squad. It's funny, one of my old coworkers, he's a big Giant fan as well, but he doesn't keep up with the day-to-day roster arrangements. And he texted me, "When did Justin Pugh come back?" And I go, "Yeah."
What year is it? What year is it?
Yeah, and then I go, "Oh yeah, well, my bad, dude. I didn't text you. He's been on the practice squad for the last 2 weeks. That's just how bad this has gone." So, I think Tyrod played okay. Obviously, that one brain fart at the goal line to end the first half when we didn't have any time.
Have that brain
you
fart.
Can't have you can't have
you
that.
Can't have it like because we're like, oh, it's going to bite them in the ass. And sure enough, I think we all knew that was going to bite them in the ass, and it did.
And what's frustrating about it is if you fast forward to the last play of the game, you clearly get gun shy because of the situation of, okay, this didn't work the first time.
Right.
Whenever we try to stuff the gut at all this game, other than that one little outburst drive by us in the start of the fourth quarter, we haven't been getting much. So it looked like a rush lob to Waller. Obviously, they did not get the penalty. That's here or there. We can't really complain on non-call penalties because it literally happens to every team. And it's just unfortunate. We needed this win so badly, and there was just no cigar with that type of situation. So they played really tough. I love the fight, the defensive fight that broke out between Tibbs and Dawkins on the Bills, and then you have Leo and Dex laying out that other offensive lineman, and then it was just it just seemed like that was the spark, another spark that the defense needed. I don't know whether if it was just us playing good defense, which I highly doubt, but I think it could have been the Pills being hungover from being in London and probably not taking us seriously. Let's be real, but they kept it 17 points, man, against the high-powered Buffalo Bills. You got to tip their hat to Wink. I know both of us haven't been high on wings so far this year, and this week was a good job by them. Okereke and McFadden. I know McFadden keeps haunting me after one bad week. I go, boy, boy, it's just one of those. Okereke finally paid up to his contract, and he was all over the field. I want to say 11 tackles, that 2 breakups, and then that 1 forced fumble. So defense played great. When are we going to start hearing Deonte Banks for playing really well for the last couple of weeks? And for a rookie corner, that's really impressive to see. Granted, they were mostly in zone last night, but he didn't give anything big up, and which is great to see. So, all the things I said, what did you think?
I think that I absolutely do need a vacation in Miami. So I think, especially after this season, after Super Bowl, I think I'm going to take right off to Miami. Come back in like a month.
Do you, babe?
I need a tan though. I mean,
yeah, you just go to the tanning bed like everybody else in the Jersey Shore. So
I do. I try not to go often though, because I know it's not good for you. But
right,
we go on Friday, Saturday. Wait,
okay,
because we had the Blonde Blitz photo shoot yesterday. But I don't think it did much for me. I don't really feel tan. I don't look tan. But a vacation would be nice, especially from this team. I was happy with the defense finally a little bit. I feel like we have this problem all the time where one unit is on and the other unit just can't get anything going, right? So if the defense is on, the offense is trash, special teams is trash, or offense is cooking and the defense likes giving up 40 points here and they can't tackle, or defense is on, special teams is on, offense can't do shit. Like why can't all 3 units ever gel? I mean, it's so frustrating to watch. And to Joe's point, Okereke finally showed up. Yes, I think we were waiting for this moment. There was so much hype around him when he got here and going into the season, and the coaches were really, really excited to have Okereke on the team. His teammates loved him and his leadership, and we've just been kind of waiting to see that translate on the field. And I feel like we saw little glimmers of it, but I feel like yesterday, Sunday Night Football, we really did get to see him shine. So I was happy to see that. As far as defense, yeah, I'll leave it there, really. I hope they can just kind of keep going, right? Take their momentum and keep rolling. I know it was a heartbreaker, but in terms of the defensive unit, I think this is one of the better games we've seen so far since the start of the season.
100%.
Everybody was tackling, which is great because we haven't seen that. And I just hope that they can keep rolling along here and to give Buffalo a really hard time. I have to tell you, I wasn't expecting that.
No one was.
I mean, it was a baseball score for, a really long time. So that you got to be happy. I know everybody says, oh, there's no moral victories. We lost Nikki. It was a heartbreaker, but I think try to be objective, try to look at the areas that are improving, right? And try to find some positivity in that, because there's a lot of negativity that we can talk about. And
absolutely. And we're going to get to that right now.
Great.
The offense slowly moved the ball pretty decently well. The offense was still very conservative, obviously, with Tyrod playing. I thought he played, like I mentioned earlier in my monologue, that he played decently well. It looked like we were able to move the ball well. I wonder if that was just him being able to just sling it, or that fact that we have Saquon back, and that obviously helps. Opens up a little bit more of the passing game with the threat of Saquon behind him. So I think other than not scoring a touchdown, it was a positive night in terms of, oh, wow, we actually have wide receivers and we have Waller, and we're able to find ways to get them open and making big plays. He was able to throw in the intermediate and everything else like that. So it's just really just like, all right, look, we finally got Hyatt involved. We got Slayton
Yeah,
involved.
we got to check into the Hyatt a
Yeah,
little bit
finally.
yesterday.
Yeah,
It was like a short-term stay. That's okay. We didn't
a
get a
nice
long-term
stay.
stay, but we got to check in. And
Right.
I said this on Twitter last night. I was like, nice to see them trying to open up the offense. Listen, everybody, you did not have to come at me. I understand that that was not the right time to do that. But again, like I said, you've got if you don't look at this team objectively or football or at whichever team you're a fan of and look at the little improvements, like it was nice to see them try to open it up. Too little, too late. I understand that when they tried to do it, that was probably not the right time to do it. But I was glad to see them take that step. And we sat here last week and said we want to check into the Hyatt. So we got to do that. I just love this kid. I really do. He's got so much potential. And I really want to see him assert himself in this offense. And I want to see him grow and come into his own. And I also just like to say we're checking into the Hyatt.
There we go. There's your clip for the week. All right. Awesome. So with him, it's actually nice seeing him not having to do the deep flies. He was actually making other catches. Unfortunately, he had another big catch that was taken off the board for ineligible man downfield. This was when I was still driving home, so I don't know. I literally just walked in the door, so I did not see the actual replay of that play. So I could be a complete idiot, or it was just another typical bad
Well, you
play.
did put TNT up instead of
Yeah,
TNT.
yeah, I know that. It's been a long 24 hours.
It has been a really.
I can't believe I did that, but it happens. The show
Hours.
must go on.
I was like, isn't this a TV channel?
Yeah, TNT, absolutely.
Right.
The other wide receiver I want to give props to, and it's been a nice couple of weeks with him coming back from a knee injury. Wan'Dale is just that Richie James type of wide receiver that hopefully he's able to stay healthy and to just be able to eat yards intermediate and getting those tough first downs, or we can have him like maybe hopefully break one at some point this season. So I've really been liking how he's been playing. Obviously, Hyatt and Slayton is he's not always the most reliable guy, but he's our most reliable guy on the team. It's funny me saying that, but
he's reliable for the big plays, though. Like that's why we say Slay all day, big play Slay. And I hate when the Eagles fans want to be like, "No, you got the wrong one." Like, but I mean, he comes up big when we need him to. And I know he's got like a lot of drops. Like I know.
The thing with him is that if he made that one catch, that would have been a catch of the year worthy play for the Giants. Obviously.
Yeah.
The play calling, the you obviously had to scratch your head with the play calling.
The play calling.
Obviously we're gonna get to that play, obviously, but I didn't really agree with those two deep passes towards the end of the game on the final drive. Thankfully, we got bailed out for both of those. It looked like Tyrod underthrew both situations, and it was just praying for pass interference. Obviously, sometimes that works, sometimes it doesn't. The two I'm talking about is to Slayton that we just talked about, but the play before was a triple coverage into Hyatt. So that was a poorly executed play, especially knowing that you're going to be going on fourth down. Like, try to throw something in the middle range, try to get that first down, get someone in the middle of the field, or better yet, someone towards the out of bounds and just not have to worry about the clock. Yeah, let's talk about it. So the Giants, it was the last play of the first half. The ball's on the 1. Under normal circumstances, why aren't we the only? Obviously, under normal circumstances, we're on to our third and fourth, fifth string linemen. So we are obviously nervous to actually run the ball up the middle or do a QB sneak because Tommy DeVito would have to come in knowing the injury history that Tyrod is. But honestly, you're playing, so you're going to be okay, and you got to take those chances. So I don't know why they gave him a run option play when it's just, all right, we don't have any timeouts. Right. We don't feel comfortable running the ball up the gut right now. Just find a play, get your fade play going with Waller or Hodgins. If we don't make it in, we can get a couple plays in. So that was just really bizarre to me. I know Dable was freaking out at Tyrod. So as you can see, that was clearly Tyrod's call. You saw him with the checking. So that's one of those things. You once that happened, every Giant fan in the world knew this is how we're going to lose the game, and that we're going to circle point back to that situation, and that's why we didn't get points on the board. It's very frustrating that we have not scored an offensive touchdown in 13 quarters. So that's really bad. That's extremely, really, really bad. Yeah, Joe, it's funny you mentioned that because
I know, really. Where's he been? Get the milk carton for Hodgins, somebody, please. Where's he been?
I did not see him until the final drive, honestly.
Final drive, yeah.
So, but that's okay because Hyatt was playing more. So I guess.
So Brian Dable said that was brought up. I don't know if you guys saw that in the press conference. That was brought up, and he had said that they were that was game plan this week, right? They were going with the young guys this week. And you know what? I'm okay with it, but I do like Hodgins. I would like to see more of him. I don't know why he's not getting in the mix.
Well, the last couple of games he was like one of our lead receivers. So I think just because we don't have that Jerry Rice wide receiver, it's okay to have the mix and match game plans because that's just what our team is right now. So I'm not really going to go crazy about it.
Well, I get that, but also, I mean, he's got experience. And I get that they want the young kids to develop. I understand that. I just feel like we should see more of Hodgins.
For sure. No, I hear you.
But that, again, I question the play calling. I question some of the game plan. I question, Barkley had a nice couple runs, but, at first you're just he's doing the whole dancing and going nowhere. And I get it. It's on the offensive line too. Can't give him any holes. It's just a mess from again, I say this all the time. If you don't have an offensive line, you don't have anything. I don't know why this is so hard for people to understand. They want to come at me with all these other things. And
who are these people? Who are these people?
Just people. I don't know. They're just being the thread, and they're well, just going off on other things. And it's no, I get it. Yeah, you want the hot, sexy wide receiver. Well, guess what? The lineman, you've got to have an offensive line. You have to.
Right.
Because then you've got no run game and your quarterback's got no time. And this is what you get. You get a mess. So I'm just so tired of nobody really. Rational fans are acknowledging how important the offensive line is.
Well, yeah. Well, anybody that watches the games know the real situation that's going on.
No. Plenty of people watch the games, but I don't know what the hell they are watching versus what
we watch.
The rest of us are watching. Yeah.
Yeah, I don't know.
Should we talk about the non-QB controversy or no?
Yeah, I mean, there's no controversy. I'm gonna just flat out say it. I think Daniel Jones's neck injury is an injury that we're gonna be having to linger the whole entire season. Right. So obviously, the neck is that most important body part, basically, other than your head. Well, it's obviously connected to your head, but it's obviously one of those. It's obviously one of those injuries that's just gonna nag and could actually obviously end your career. So it's not one of those injuries that you can fake it and be like, oh, I'm gonna tough it up and I'm gonna play. I'm gonna have a broken hand or I could tape it up on my ankle or foot or whatever. No, you could really seriously damage your life. So it's really just one of those all right, well, yikes. All right, so it's gonna be I would think he should be going on IR. My personal opinion. Obviously, I'm not a doctor. I don't play one on TV as much as I would like to.
Really? If you were to take a TV role, you'd play a doctor?
No, but it's the running.
What would you be? What would you be?
If I was a actor, I don't.
Yeah, what would you want to be?
Never thought of it. What would you?
Never thought of it?
Well, I guess
I think about it all the time.
Like, oh, shocking. I think buddy cop show. You and me, buddy cops.
You know, it's funny because if I had my pick, like I'd want to play like some badass like spy, you know, or like secret agent or something
There you
like
go.
that.
Okay.
Or like a superhero.
Yeah, I'm always
I'm an
thought of that.
everyday superhero, so I'll take like the cool spy show or spy movie or
I'm
something.
with you on that. I'm with you on that.
How good would I be at that? That'd be great.
Yeah, you'd be a good bad cop.
No. I said
Busting
a
people.
badass spy, and I want to like fight and like kick ass and stuff.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I'm with it. I like it. I like it a lot.
Well,
So,
Brian Dable was asked if there is, you know, anything going on, a little controversy going on here, and he said, "Yeah, no."
well, it's your buddies in the media that need to spark up the controversy. So, way to go,
I
media.
am aware of that. Hey, don't let me in with them. I just report the facts. I don't do the clickbait bullshit. In fact, no one on the JSN staff does the clickbait bullshit. So,
Right.
no, I don't think there is either. I think, you know, we have Tyrod Taylor,
I
who
think the
plays
narrative.
well, and,
Right.
you know, yeah, like he can get you through a game. And when Daniel Jones is ready to come back, he comes back, right?
Right. Well, that would be the thing. That would be obviously the key situation. I think with Tyrod, it was just the obvious Daniel Jones haters and just like, all right, we we are definitely done with Daniel Jones. They're just throwing him in the trash.
I
Let's tank.
know.
Let's tank for Caleb. Let's
I
tank
know.
for May. Obviously, it's October, so I'm not jumping on any sort of bandwagon yet. But I could hear the hummings in X and other parts of the fan base that it's starting to hum. So it's obviously Tyrod is a perfect.
Humming.
Oh yeah, it's humming.
It was humming really loud last night.
Yeah,
Like really loud. Like somebody needs like a new like engine loud.
yeah, it was pretty bad. But Tyrod did move the ball well. That we obviously did not see Daniel Jones do the last month of the season so far. Well, the first half of the season. So
I know.
yeah,
Hey, there's that. Listen, I'm all for like the win. So whatever that looks like and whoever that happens to be, I'm here for it because I want the team to win. I can't get on board with this whole like tanking, and I hate that. So, you know what? If Daniel Jones is not ready to come back yet and we've got Tyrod Taylor and he wins us a couple games, great. If Daniel Jones comes back and he wins us a couple games, that's great too. So I'm here for the win. I'm not like the rest of this shit is stupid to me.
Right. No, it's just a narrative. Obviously, if it's December and we're one in whatever, I'm fully in tank mode. I'm not even gonna act like that.
Yeah, but are you really gonna root for them to lose?
No, never. Like
I can't. I just
can't do that. I'll never forget the game in 2019 when we beat Washington, and that was Daniel Jones and Saquon's best game as careers, and that obviously cost us Chase Young, but that was okay because Andrew Thomas was just as good, so he fell in our laps. But yeah, that was the Chase Young Bowl. I'll never forget it.
That's right. That's right. Well, before we segue very nicely into the Commanders game to start wrapping up, I guess let's talk about the non-call call. I know the PI was called the play before, and I was kind of like, all right. But that one on Waller, I mean, he just got mugged, like straight up mugged. How do you not call that?
Yeah, you're 100% right. That was like one of the craziest things. Like, just the defensive player. I don't know the player off the top of my head at this moment, but he was just holding on for dear life. And whatever happens was going to happen. And you know that play call gets called 9 out of 10 times.
I know.
And obviously they were going to hold the whistle because they didn't want to call back-to-back pass interferences when they should really have done that.
But they should have, though. Like,
no, I agree. I absolutely agree.
It because that was like egregious and very blatant. So you should have freaking called it. How I'm watching that and literally like I'm just so defeated. Okay, like we can't get anything to go our way. We'll get a big play. It's negated by some stupid ass penalty. And then, we think we have a shot, and I'm getting a little excited. I'm getting a little bit of hope, and never have hope, everybody. It's a very dangerous thing. No hope. No more hope. There's just no more hope. But that was complete bullshit. Like that needed to be called, and that was a heartbreaker. And then we all had to go to bed after it. And it's
I didn't go to bed until 1:30.
Yeah, no, I know, but it's I hate these primetime games, one, and then two, usually the Giants are losing, and then it's really hard to go to bed, and Sunday night you gotta go to work the next day. It's really a horrible situation. But last night was really tough. That was a heartbreaker because it was this close. It was so close.
Like I mentioned before, it was the ultimate blue balls game. We did not expect any sort of competition for the Giants last night. Like I mentioned before, we were 14-point underdogs, probably higher, but I know we were 2-score underdogs, and they hung in there. They didn't give up a touchdown until the fourth quarter. We actually had a lead. In the actual game. So there's a lot of things we could put our hat on and be like, okay, where there was some improvement, but obviously, ultimately, it's a winning business. We didn't get the job done. But
thankfully, last night's injury was not a Damar Hamlin type of situation, because my heart was like, no, you got to be kidding me. It was just flashbacks. So we're thankful for that. And
Damian Harris is one of my all-time favorites because he actually won me a fantasy championship 2 years ago.
Oh, so now you love him. But
I always loved him. He won me a championship.
But did you have? I was like, oh my god, not the ambulance on the field again.
Yeah, they had Hamlin's numbers on the back of the ambulance.
Yeah, oh my god,
that probably didn't help the flashback. But we're apparently that we're going into our softest spot of the schedule so far.
Correct.
So we got the Commanders at home, Jets at home, and then we are in Vegas against the Raiders. So we got to get something cooking. We just want to find a way to actually score an offensive touchdown. Washington
that might help everybody. What a concept. That might help.
Yeah, 13 quarters, as I mentioned before, and it's just like, ugh.
That's just ineptitude right there.
Yeah, for sure. So, with that being said, we're still going to be watching every second of every game. Well, I am. I'll be at the game.
Rewatched it today because you're sick in the head and you're a glutton for punishment.
Yeah, I am. I'm going to be in L16 the next 2 weeks with my friends from Talking Giants and all the other friends of mine. So if you're coming to either game, stop by, say hi. We'll love to talk ball with you guys. As always, I'm Dan. That's Nikki. Thank you for watching us. Be sure to like and subscribe and follow us on Twitter. I'm at DBHen, and Nikki's handle at the below, NikkiNick9384.
People always ask me what the numbers stand for.
Well, they're retarded. Oh, no, I can't say that. They're not really smart if they ask you what that is, because it's clearly obvious. But
all right, so you're going to be at the game next week?
I'm going to be at the game the next 2 weeks. So
okay. All right. How very early look ahead. How do you feel for next week?
See, this is the funny thing. Rio's already giving me the reverse drinks in our text message chain between the two of us.
I'm not part of that, so I wouldn't know.
No, you don't answer text messages anyway. So, Joe. All right, Joe. Joe's coming to the Jet game. L16 come through.
Oh, can you guys hang out? You only live like 15 minutes away from each other, but maybe you can hang out at MetLife.
Yeah. So, Joe, hit me up. You have my number.
Listen, I answer text messages. I just might answer you guys like 4 days later.
Right. Yeah. You don't answer group text, which is okay.
I get very lost in a group text. I just don't even know what's going on half the time.
We get it. You're popular. Anyway, I don't know. Rio's reverse jinxing me, so I'm not really loving that at the moment. But we do own Washington the last couple of years, other than a fluky loss that we should have never lost in, and a stupid tie. So let's see what happens. We can get the ball in the end zone. That would be a good start of me being positive about certain things. But hopefully we get it going. So as always, thank you, Nikki, for joining us.
Yep. And you guys, I think I'm just going to say it. We're going to win against the Commanders. I'm feeling a win. Feels like it's been overdue. So we're going to win. Yeah, we're due for one. I think they're going to be really pissed from Sunday night and losing this heartbreaker to Buffalo. So I'm going to have a little positivity. I've been really negative Nancy for quite a few weeks now. So I'll be a little positive. I'm going to say there's a little bit of like mojo and momentum coming. Right now, I'm going to go with a win, and I'll probably keep that prediction. And just so you guys know, Sunday, as Danny gave the schedule out, Sunday, November 5th, we will be at Bar A. We are doing a live podcast with Hammer's House and that crew for Giants Raiders. So it's going to be.
Yeah, we need our Giant people.
We need you guys to show up. We cannot be outnumbered. Like, we are at Bar A in Belmar, Spring Lake. I need you guys to be there. So Giants Nation, show up, meet us, have fun, have some drinks, have some food, watch the game, but do not leave us hanging with all these Raider fans.
I feel like we're about to go into the Lions Den, meeting with Raiders Nation, and it's just, I feel like a bad guy going into like the WWE ring, and it's just.
Oh, here you go with the wrestling shit. I don't watch wrestling, so stop bringing up all these wrestling. God. Like, what are these called? Analogies or something, or what?
There
what
we
is
go.
It?
Analogies. There you go.
Yes,
that's your dumb blonde moment.
No, just stop on the wrestling. Stop.
I'm not gonna stop. But
who watches wrestling?
A lot of people. Okay.
It's like it's still you still hold on. Do you still watch it?
Yeah, occasionally.
You still watch it?
Yes.
Well, I don't understand. Like, why?
Wonderful drama TV, okay? You get to watch The Real Housewives. I do the same thing with wrestling. Let me live.
It's fake.
It is technically not fake.
It's as fake as my lips.
It is predetermined, thank you very much. And it is very athletic. Anyway, we'll be the bad guys coming to the ring. Thank you for ruining my analogy, Nikki.
You're welcome. Yeah, but at least I've got all the makeup on, so maybe I'll fit in with the Raiders.
Oh, you're gonna be best friends with everybody. You're gonna give them tips and everything else like that.
I give them makeup tips.
Yeah. Anyway, November 5th. Be there, be
November
square.
5th.
Let's do it. All right. Until next time, go Giants. See you next time.
Bye.